Hello everybody and welcome back to Excellent Anime Reviews, and today we're going to be talking about My Hero Academia and its brand new season 5, which is set to debut later this month. And before we start with the video, just be aware that there will be some spoilers for the first few seasons, not too much but quite a bit. And also keep in mind, I have not read the manga as yet. I've been busy with this channel, my other channel, plus I'm reading Attack on Titan currently, so I'm mainly going based off the anime series. And if I get something wrong, just keep in mind that I am purely going off of my premonitions of what I think is going to happen. So if I say something that might be stupid and doesn't end up happening, keep in mind that I am, for now, anime only with this series. So with that out of the way, let's talk My Hero. My Hero! So the main gimmick that's being thrown around based off of the two trailers that have been dropped is that Class 1A is going to be going up against Class B in some sort of competition. And of course, Monoma is thrilled as ever just to even get the chance to prove that 1B is better than 1A, as ever since the sports festival he's been holding onto this huge grudge against Class 1A. And it is going to be, refreshing to see some of the students of 1B in action once again, because we only really got to see them in action at the sports festival, and some of those guys were actually really cool, and their powers were really something that I would like to have seen more of. And now we're getting the chance to see that, as before this we've only mainly seen 1B sprinkled throughout in certain episodes, and those episodes that they were in, they didn't show off their powers at all. Also, from what I gather from the trailer, it looks like that we are going to be bringing back a focus onto the rest of the class of 1A, because last season, a majority of the season was focused on Deku and his work study with Sir Night-Eye, and we did get some focus on a little bit of other heroes like Lemillion, Uraraka, and Froppy. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love seeing Froppy, and if you don't know, I am probably the biggest Froppy simp on this earth, and especially with this shot of her from the recent trailer. And, it was a little weird because all of a sudden for seasons 1, 2, 3, we got to see all of these characters just mingle with each other, We got to see these characters grow and become different kinds of people. And it was sort of a little jarring to see those people essentially being pushed to the sideline. And I get it, because we were getting a focus on Deku. And I liked what they did with him in Season 4, but I also missed seeing other minor characters like Mineta and Ashido. And they were only really brought back towards like the latter half of the season, and I wanted to see more of those other characters that we had gone so attached to over these years. Also, in the latest trailer, it's highlighted that Deku is going to unlock a brand new side of One for All, but it might not be as good as we might think it is, because we see something going on with Deku, and all of a sudden it turns black before you hear Uraraka yelling out his name. And also, since we are talking about Uraraka, the question looms over whether or not she is going to tell Deku about how she really feels about him. Now, she did say that she wasn't going to tell him that at all, just because of how dedicated he is to becoming a hero, and a relationship would only really distract him from focusing on his goal. But if we learned anything from Griffith in Berserk, it's that you can't keep your feelings bottled up, because if you do, sooner or later they are going to explode. And maybe it's something that we might see in this current season, Or, you know, I could be speaking out of my ass, you know? So take what I have to say with a grain of salt. I would like to see them try to do something or bring, you know, it back to that relationship, because it wasn't really explored in Season 4. Like I said, it was mainly about Night Eye and trying to get Eri back. So I want to see more of the relationship building between Deku and Uraraka. Now we can't talk about UA without talking about the League of Villains, because every single time UA tries to do something, the League of Villains are always right there. And they obviously have something planned because, you know, mainly for the most part, they've sort of been in the shadows for a while, just biding time, especially with everything with Shizuki. And you can tell that something's being planned, especially with the ending of Season 4, with Endeavor using every ounce of his strength, and then some, just to beat this brand new type of Nomu. And even though Endeavor was victorious, you have to believe that more and more of these Nomu are coming. And that was just one. My biggest takeaway after watching that fight was that was just one Nomu, and it pushed Endeavor to his limit. Imagine if there were 5. There was no way that he would be able to get out alive. And ever since the retirement of All Might, there are only going to be more and more of these villain attacks, as the symbol of peace has faded away, which will no doubt not only inspire crime, but it will also lead to a brand new generation of heroes stepping up. Also, you know that something big is happening, and I forgot to mention this. This probably would have been the best to mention it as Deku is getting stronger. That moment at the end of Season 4 where he is, you know, with all these heroes, and we even see All Might's mentor, Shimura, and someone telling him that he is the 9th. You have to believe that Deku getting injured or something happening from that little teaser in the trailer, that has to do with this moment at the end of Season 4, and that we're going to see more of that. We're going to see more of that. You just have to believe it, because there's no way that these two events cannot be connected. Either way, it's something interesting, because at first it sort of seemed like you sort of knew where the direction of the story was going a little bit as you watched, and then all of a sudden they throw this curveball that there's this brand new mystery. Why is Deku the 9th? The 9th of what? And who are those two people that were just standing there? And, you know, like, there's more layers to this mystery than we at first anticipated. So definitely that is something that I think is going to come back into play within this season. Well, those were my thoughts on everything that's coming up. Everything that I can think of off the top of my head when it comes to My Hero Season 5. I just wanted to do a quick little bite-sized video for you guys, you know, to keep up for the channel. Aside from these Beastar episode reviews, it's a nice little refreshing thing to talk about another anime that I am very much so into. And since it will be debuting this month, I of course will be reviewing each episode of the season as it pops up, just like I'm doing with Beastars right now, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna be so tired. I'm gonna be so tired editing and doing all that, but I'll cross that bridge when I have to. So let me know what you guys think about My Hero Academia Season 5, everything that is coming on so far. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Make sure you guys hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I have been Samuel V, aka Excellent Anime Reviews, and I will see you all as soon as I can.